I was just walking on the Otter Creek Gorge Preserve, and you wouldn't believe what I found. It's a Caleb.
With his friends.
And we're gonna keep our distance. We're gonna be...
Yeah, I'll move away from what I just found so you guys can see it.
But really, this was completely unplanned. We both were just so excited to see these friends Caleb found. You see that? That there's a salamander.
I think they're called redback salamanders.
It might be a redback salamander. So, as we can see, I'm gonna make an observation that this one on the bottom that I'm looking at right now is brown. It has a brown stripe. It's really shiny in the sun. It has 4 legs, a nice long tail, and kind of a pointy nose head. And I don't know much about salamanders, but one good way to identify something is just by noticing, looking at facts. So there it is, and now we'll look at this other one. This one, like Caleb said, I think it might be, well, it definitely has a red back, so that's a good clue. And we see that one, it kind of looks, if you look at the two next to each other, it looks a lot redder than that one. So this one has a red back, it's a little bit bigger, it's not moving too much, and it kind of has a rounder nose. So now we're going to do an interview with the finder of the salamanders, Caleb Besa. Now Caleb, first of all, how are you doing today?
I'm doing really well.
That's great to hear. So did you know these salamanders were here?
No, I was digging this ditch to help the water not run in the middle of the trail, and I got all the way up the hill to this big log right there, and I was like, I can't dig a ditch through the log, so I was like, I have to move it. And I was pulling up on this chunk right here. It was attached something like that, and I was pulling and it broke off and landed right there. And I noticed underneath that there were the salamanders, and they were just there.
Wow. So why do you think the salamanders were here? I mean, why do you think they weren't just out, you know, walking on the trail like the rest of us? Why were they living under this log?
Well, like you said about observations, when I first noticed them and when I look at them now, they're like glossy. They look wet. And the log, I notice, is rotting, and it's also, it's damp or wet. And so maybe these salamanders aren't walking around today because it's sunny out and it's not raining. Maybe it's something that their skin always has to be wet. And I think I remember Jamie once telling me, who I've learned a lot of facts from, that salamanders and all amphibians breathe through their skin. So for animals that breathe through their skin, they must have some component of moisture that they're always surrounded by. So my guess is that they're not walking around because it's sunny and warm and dry.
Great. Those are great observations, and even I'd say inferences, which are another important part of science. So I guess my last question for you is, what do you think their names are?
Ooh. Alfred maybe is one of them. The other one, Singleton maybe?
All right.
And last thing is, the salamanders and all amphibians are coming out now that spring is knocking at our door. And so if you go out looking under rocks or in logs, if you find a salamander, it's best to just use your eyes and look, but if you do touch it, make sure your hands are dirty, because you don't want your oils blocking their breathable skin. And when you're done looking, try to make sure that they're in a safe spot that they would call their home. So I'll put this little, I'll call it their door. I'll put their door back on when I move them.
Now, before we close, I just wanted to interview the salamanders and see if they had anything to say. So, looks like Singleton might have gotten away, but Alfred's still here. So, Alfred, you having a nice day? Uh-huh. Yeah, I know. That's a good point. So, Alfred, do you live in this log? Oh, okay. He doesn't really want to talk right now. So we'll let him get back. We'll put that door back on and we'll say goodbye, Alfred. I hope you have a great life in the cool, moist log, and that you enjoy your day.